Exploring Augmetics, transforming prosthetics, inspired by Vulcan's journey to empower amputees by 2030.
You'll find it scattered across sci-fi. And the industry we're in right now is prosthetics, and prosthesis is a replacement, whereas augmentation is improvement. So that's why augmetics and not prosthetics. And then Vulcan is the Roman god of blacksmithing and technology. He was also born disabled. When Vulcan was born, he was all messed up and broken and ugly. So they basically chucked him into the sea, broke his legs. He learned to craft. He built his own amazing silver chariot, and all of the gods saw this and they were like, "Oh wow, okay, you're pretty awesome. You need to come back and work with us." And he said, maybe. So, and he built a throne for Juno, is the Roman one. So he built a throne for Juno, the queen of the gods. She sat down and it trapped her. And yeah, Vulcan said, well, actually, so no, I'm going to do what I want, or she stays in the chair forever. And so they said, yeah, okay. So Vulcan is a self-made god through using technology and craft. And I think that's what
Yeah, I was thinking the home planet of Mr. Spock.
That also, we've had that a few times, and I think the approach that we take is phenomenally rational in that respect. Like, I think that what we do is a very logical root cause kind of systemic solution. We try not to let emotion guide decisions too much. But yeah, it's much more based around the Roman god. The Vulcan and Mr. Spock is a nice coincidence, and you will see some of our team members doing that every so often.
Yeah. So moving forward, let's say move forward like 5 to 10 years from now, what would be your metric for success, right? Is your metric for success like you're able to increase the number of amputees in the workforce, or like I'm sure you have a metric of success?
So there are a few measures of success for us. So by 2030, I want traumatic amputation to move from, I want amputation to move from being a traumatic, life-changing event into a temporary inconvenience. Right now, if you have an accident, you wake up in hospital, you look down and see your arm's missing, your entire life is just gone. You wake up, you look down, and you're thinking, well, what do I do now? How do I go to work? How do I make a living? How do I go back to school? How do I get a wife who's going to love me like this? How am I going to support a family? How am I going to take care of my family? How are my friends going to see me? Like, everything is crashing down. What I want is by 2030, you'll wake up, you'll look down, and you'll just think, oh, bollocks, I'm going to have to take 2 weeks off work to fix this mess. That's the level it should be. The other one is I want us to be at a stage where if you want to control a device with your body, you'll go to a shop, stick sensors wherever you want, press a button, and it will just say, oh, yep, okay, we figured out your body, it's connected to the device, off you go. And in terms of what I want Vulcan to be, I want us to be the human interface experts. Any way you're thinking of putting machines on your body, whatever your device is, whoever your users are, Vulcan are the people that will make that connection happen. We're going to have more data, more users, a better picture of the human body and external device control than anyone else in the world. Just as an example, the biggest data set for robotics now that they're using to trade humanoid robotics, OpenX embodiment dataset, 2.4 million episodes. With 240 users, we can beat that in under 12 months. Just for the sheer amount of data that you get from power users, 8 hours of biometrics and robotics data per day.